Hello, do you believe in remote healing? Of course you do. You're curious, and that's why you're here. Welcome, everyone. I'm Christine with 24 Karat Healing, and this is the Power of Healing Your Energy show. And here we go. Hello and welcome to the Power of Healing Your Energy show. This is episode 45. And today we have Tom Paladino. He works with Scalar Energy. And of course, you're probably wondering what that is. Basically, it's the fundamental life force found everywhere in the world, space, and universe. It originates from the sun and stars. You know, chi, prana, om, mana, life force, pyramid energy, or 0 point energy. They're synonymous terms for scalar energy. And I'm going to welcome my guest. I am very curious and so honored for all of you to be here. Please share this out. And I do work with numbers. I'm sure you guys know this, but yeah, it's all about the number 9 today. If you take 4 and 5, that's 9. And if you take today's date, May 27th, 2020, it works down to 9 as well. So, I mean, there are no coincidences. That's why my guest is here today. Thank you so much, Tom, for being here.
Thank you, Christine. Good day to you.
Good day to you as well. And yeah, I believe we've been trying to set this up for months, and it finally, I mean, everything is in divine timing and order.
Yes.
Especially now. We were just discussing before the show started, you're busier than ever?
I am. Yes,
You are.
I am. Yeah, it's people are coming alive and they realize that alternative healing or integrative healing offers so much to the world. You know,
Yes.
that's not to dissuade them against conventional healing or medicine, but you know, there's more than one way of approaching health. So yes, I am busy.
All right. Well, we appreciate what you do. And alternative, you know, I don't like that term. I feel it should be just, it is. It's
Right.
all encompassing. There is no this or that. It's all of it. Try this, try that. So how did you come across this fundamental life force? And I know Nikola Tesla is integrated into this story as well, but tell us.
That's right. You're right. The impetus as a youngster was Nikola Tesla. I studied Tesla as a youngster, and I was really enthralled what he was doing. Nobody can hold a candle to him. And I came to the conclusion that he was not working, especially the latter part of his life, he wasn't working with electricity anymore. Tesla was really the first bona fide scalar energy researcher. So before I get into that, there's 2 energies in the universe: electricity and magnetism, what we call electromagnetic energy. But there's a much better energy. There's a superior form of energy, scalar energy. And that's what Tesla discovered, and that's what I have my druthers for. If I had my opinion and my way, the entire world would be a scalar world. We'd do away with electricity, coal, and gas, and nuclear. It's unnecessary. So to answer the question, yes, I studied Nikola Tesla as a youngster. I thought the world of him, still think he was one of the greatest minds of all time. And had we have listened to Tesla and incorporated his principles, this would have been a different world.
Absolutely. Instead, we incorporated other things, which is another discussion.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So I'm sure there are quite, you know, I did some research. I looked around, you know, I like to do that. I don't just like to come in. Of course, no judgment, but I just like to find out from a place of curiosity, just to see what it's about. But I mean, explain to us what a scalar energy is and how can it, I mean, you're resolving pathogenic disease and so many other things.
Well, let's start at the principle. What is it? It's sunlight or starlight, or as you mentioned earlier, it's chi, prana, or quantum energy. It's not electricity. And what I've discovered with this energy, it's so versatile. You can do so many things with scalar energy, and we'll get into that during our discussion. And it's this versatile tool. You know, energy is fundamental. When you're working with energy, you're at the very steering wheel of the universe, so to speak. And that's what I've discovered. I have instruments that control scalar energy, and what we can achieve with this type of energy is incredible. It's an incredible tool that once the world embraces this, they'll see that this technology is like none other.
And of course, I get the question when working with Reiki, it's remote. How does that work remote? I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
I work with people remotely, and I think the easiest way, by way of analogy, is to say that scalar energy works like a satellite. If we can receive satellite signals on our TV dish or on a portable radio, so to speak, then likewise, we can receive signals by way of scalar energy, scalar wave. And with that in mind, we have now overcome the need for a grid system. If you look at the electromagnetic grid system, it's very cumbersome and it's very expensive. You know, you have power stations, substations, you have electrical conduit in your home, and it's cumbersome to say the least. Scalar energy, you can deliver it anywhere in the world. You don't need a power plant. The stars are the power plant. And the grid pre-exists. In other words, you could send this energy on a dime anywhere. And you don't need to go through a power station, a substation. You don't need transformers. You don't need electrical circuitry in your home. Now, all of that is obviated by way of this energy. So this is going to liberate us. It's free energy from the stars. I'll repeat that. It's an abundance of energy, superabundance of energy. And we no longer will have to drill for oil or create nuclear power plants or hydrothermal power plants. The stars are the power plant. So that's what beckons. This is the future.
Definitely. And I think I feel that's why we have so many issues. Is that because of all the energy that we use that really is not natural? It is something that's man-made.
Yeah.
And it affects our nervous system. I mean, I'm not a doctor or an expert by any means. I've just done my own research.
It's well documented. High tension wires. Some people even say now 5G or an super abundance of being around computers or in a room with a great deal of electromagnetic energy. That's deleterious to the health of some people. That's been established. That's been well documented. Scalar sunlight will not produce that negative consequence. So again, we're looking at a new era. Let's just look at the progress and let's look at what can be achieved with this new type of technology. And I think the audience will reckon with that, and they'll understand and grasp just how important this is.
Absolutely. I just want to say hi to a few people that have joined us. Hi, Brandy. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And Lisa Jane, I believe from New Zealand. It's morning, obviously, over there. So our reach is global. Thank you, everyone. If you could please share this out and please interact as much as possible. And the lovely Tabitha is here as well from New York. And thanks everyone for joining us. If you have questions for Tom, please ask away. So you're talking about, cures for pathogenic disease, and, show us the successes. What have been some of the stories or some of the...
Sure. Well, first, let me issue this caveat that we cannot make claims. So, and I won't do that. Let me just speak to the character of scalar energy. If my two fingers represent a chemical bond, Well, with my two fingers, scalar energy is holding together matter, including a toxin or including, say, a bacterium. So a scalar energy instrument can release the molecular bonds of a toxin, can release the molecular bonds of a bacterium. Now, that's all I can say. I can't make any claims, but you can consider how versatile this energy is if we can control molecular bonds. And in so doing, we can, if you will, with that reach, with that capability, we have control, we have mastery, if you will, over toxins in the body. That's quite profound. And this is what I've discovered. This is what my experimentation has led me to. And I will say that once again, scalar energy, it's not electricity. It's so versatile. What we can do with electricity, we could only dream that we wish we could do with, excuse me, what we can achieve with scalar is in far comparison, far superior to that of the electromagnetic spectrum. So the tool of the future, the key to this is this new power source, scalar energy.
Yeah, and I know we had talked about it before, but you are offering a free 15-day scalar energy session.
Yes.
And are you overly booked, or how do people, I mean, I've got the website information, but how do they book with you?
Sure. My goal is to provide this healing modality, this healing session to the world. So we have a website in which anybody in the world can visit, and you can upload your photograph. We provide 15 days of free administration of this energy, scalar energy, no questions asked. And we do that because, again, we're humanitarians. We want to help people. This is our goal to provide some type of measure for the world, some type of a healing for the world. And to accentuate, all it takes is a photograph. You don't visit a clinic. There is no clinic. Everything is in the quantum field. So when we're working with scalar energy instruments, people send us photographs. All we need is a photograph of your skin. And then the instrument can, if you will, find you or detect you by way of the energy on your photograph. So your photograph represents your light signature, and the instrument can find you anywhere in the world by way of that light signature. So again, the instrument does perform the function of a satellite. And this is, again, one of the benefits. You don't have to necessarily visit a clinic. You don't have to ascribe to some type of surgery. All of this is done in a non-local fashion by way of energy.
Yeah, and I like how you mentioned picture, because it's, the energy of, we all have our energy signature or aura or
Yes.
whatever you resonate with. I get it. So when working with people, a picture's only required, just like myself. Sometimes I don't even have a name, but yes, a picture is very beneficial because it's the same way. We're all very sensitive, empathic, light cosmic beings. So when you're looking at someone, like, I don't know about you, but I can usually read energy right away, and we're all very capable of doing it. We just unfortunately have been shut down, and to not recognize, those gifts that we inherently have.
We
And
all
we've
have
had
it.
yes, we
Absolutely.
do.
It is our innate capability, and as you said, some of us just shut it down. Some of us negate that. It's a shame. It's a gift from God. We might as well embrace it.
Absolutely. And I think this time, I call it an incubation. Many of us are being forced to look at ourselves and look real deep. And there's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of layers, love and
Yes.
forgiveness, as I always say. So I'm going to go and get the free 15-day. Why wouldn't you guys, right?
Right.
Right. If you haven't tried it and you're curious and you're looking for some type of healing, I'd highly recommend it. So how long have you been doing this work?
since I was in my 20s. I'm 60 years old now, so it's been my life passion, 40 years. And that's how long it's taken me to make this progress. And the reason I say that, everything is new. And with that, it's groundbreaking to each step. This was never done before. Frankly, I don't think I have a contemporary right now in the world. And with that statement, it's great. I don't begrudge anybody's effort, but whatever field of discipline, whatever science you choose to follow, wonderful. God bless you. This is the science that I've chosen to follow, and it's taken everything out of me. It's all encompassing, and and rightfully so. So, after the past 40 years, I'm happy to say that I've achieved something, and I want to leave this as a legacy to the world. That's my point, Christine. I'm trying to help people. Okay, most of the people I work with around the world, it's free. We always offer free sessions. I've always done that. Oh, I always will do that, because the goal is on people. The goal is on healing. That's the emphasis. It's not on money or power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's why we're here. That focus has been on what you just said, money and power.
Yeah.
And we're here for.
Yeah, it's ruining the world. I don't know why some people, they still don't see this, that the old paradigm is broke. We need a new way of it cannot be, dog eat dog. It's just not working.
No, we cannot sustain. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. And we're, here to be connected and to collaborate. And that's why I have this show. That's why I have this podcast. I want to share this information because that's, like they say, sharing is caring. And, a lot of folks here, like Lisa Jane, they're absolutely agreeing with everything you have to say. They're saying thank you. Looks like you have a few people that are going to sign up and of your gifts that you're sharing. They're thanking you for your dedication as well. I thank you as well. I don't know about anybody else, but 40 years, that's a great testament. This was not something that happened overnight.
Right.
And you have to have sovereignty. That was the word that comes. So you're standing in your truth. Yes. And that's what you believe in.
Yes.
And we salute and honor you for that. So now, pre, everything that happened in March, pre whatever you want to call this pandemic.
Yes.
Were you traveling around? Were you giving talks? Like what I guess pre-COVID to now, what's the difference?
Prior to the pandemic, I was traveling, not all the time, but I do travel and I do lecture. But for the most part, I'm consumed. I research. I'm a researcher. I don't claim to be a medical professional. And why do I say that? Because scalar energy is the tool, and you really can't parameterize it. You can't just put a title on it. There is no title. If you were going to give somebody a title with scalar energy, there's thousands of titles. I think someday we'll be able to use this energy to create anti-gravity. So there is no per se title. So prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, I was immersed in research, and I still am immersed in research. I wish the world would start looking outside of the box. We see the confusion with this pandemic, and I'm not casting aspersions at anybody, but there's got to be a better way. Okay, we've seen so much contradiction. We've seen so much confusion. Maybe people should look at scalar. Maybe that's going to be an eye opener, a game changer as far as this technology and what it can do for people. So now, presently, I'm homebound and I'm researching more than I ever have. But I will say this: the COVID-19 pandemic, it's a shame to see that this happened and the loss of life. But maybe this is a way to awaken the world and say we need a different medical paradigm. I'll speak for the United States. Great men and women, the medical professional, they did a great job. And God bless them, they continue to do a great job. But to be realistic about this, there is no vaccine. And will a vaccine be developed in the next 12 months? We don't know. We don't know. So we'll have to think outside the box, Christine. We need a different paradigm. We need this new integrative medicine approach, and we need to start thinking outside the box. I think Scalar is that opportunity, one of those opportunities to think outside the box. If you don't change, nothing's going to change.
True enough. Now, when people or they get their 15 days, is there anything else? Is it like a mind, body, spirit, a whole integration?
It is, and perhaps the most important aspect is what we call the biofield balancing, or the chakra balancing. I believe this energy, scalar energy, is really the fundament that's responsible for our brain waves as well as our 7 chakras. So when we're working with scalar energy, it's if you will, coincidental. Anytime you work with a high-powered scalar energy instrument, you feel this favorable effect upon your brain waves, upon your 7 chakras. Now, we realize in Western medicine that the chakras are not recognized, which is unfortunate. But what are those 7 chakras? They spin. They're vortices. Well, what does scalar energy do? It spins. So our 7 chakras, our 7 meridians, are scalar energy points of light. And that's why my scalar energy instrument is so favorable, because it has a direct interconnection, a direct, if you will, interface with our 7 chakras. You can call them 7 chakras, 7 auras, 7 energy fields. And what I see with so many people, after we work with them and administer scalar waves, they're calmer. Or we see that their dream state is enhanced, or they're happy. They're happier. They're in a state of euphoria. They're euphoric for whatever reason. Now, I can't say every case can be attributed to the scalar wave, but I think many of them can. Many times when I'm working in my laboratory for a long period of time, when I sleep that night, my dreams are very vivid. They're deep dreams, and I sleep without interruption. So in some measure, I think the chakra balancing enhances our dream state. It's quite profound.
I love we're just kind of catching on to the Eastern model when it comes to chakras or meridians, where it seems like we're so far behind, or we're so closed off to that. Yeah. I mean, I work with chakra energy all the time, but I see a lot of shedding of layers. It's almost like you're getting a direct connect to what's already there, but you just didn't know about, like it's uncovered. Yeah. That's how I see it. I'm a visual person, so when you're describing this, I'm like, okay, I see it. Yeah, it's like being plugged right into the light.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's a corollary to that. With my instruments, I can actually take a fluorescent tube and pass them close to my instrument. And the instrument is so strong, it will illuminate the fluorescent coil. Well, what does that prove? That it's so strong, this force field is so strong that it could excite the gases inside a fluorescent tube. Quite profound. So if we can have that type of impact, if you will, on a fluorescent tube, likewise, there is a download of this energy. I think it's a spiritual energy. I think it's really divine energy. And I think a chakra balancing really is a blessing from God. I really think it's God's benediction upon mankind.
I see it the same way. Yeah. Yes. Wow. I'm just, Lisa Jane is definitely, I'm just trying to go back with the comments here. Lisa Jane is just saying, well, it looks like she's doing a little play on words. Absolutely. I get it.
I like that.
Yeah, you're fun, Lisa Jane. Keep them coming. And she's just saying yes, and we are it. She's definitely, all in. I mean, why not tap into something different and let's try something that we've never tried before.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you at least stay open and curious,
Yes.
because that's what's going to, I mean, we're all making our way home. I've said this before. And if you want to, you can go, try the scalar way, or you can try the more difficult way, I guess. Just be open to
Yes.
possibilities. Yeah, absolutely. So anything else you want to share with us?
No, we'll leave it at that. Maybe one more comment. When we speak about chakras, that really calls to mind the consciousness of the universe. What some people say, the presence of God, the Holy Spirit, the consciousness of the universe, or the fabric of the universe. There is a fabric. There is a consciousness. There is a God. And that's what I'm trying to drive home. This is not electricity. Electricity to me is dirty energy. We're working with scalar waves, which really represents the consciousness of the universe. It really represents that force field throughout the universe. You might hear in Star Wars, they call it the Force. Well, what are they referring to? It's really God's energy. It's the light of God, and it's everywhere. So this is what powers the universe. It's not electricity. What powers the universe is mana, chi, or scalar waves. And again, it beckons a new beginning for mankind. The future really looks bright with this technology. It's a technology that's going to improve our lifestyle. That's the entire point of my career, to help people.
I feel the same way. That's why I'm here
Yeah.
to help. We volunteered. Little
Yes.
do you guys know, we volunteered.
Yes,
You just don't know it. And
That's right.
2020 is all about rebirth. And, it's either you're going to go willingly with curiosity
Yes.
or kicking and screaming. And I, really prefer everyone to just go, I surrender.
Going back to our earlier conversation about the pandemic, I had no idea
Yes.
that this was going to happen, but you have to look at least some type of positive aspect to it. It's changing the way we think. It's changing our lifestyle, whether we like it or not. And now we have to change as a society. Obviously, we have problems. Now, perhaps with this recollection, now with this type of introspection, we realize we need a new way.
Yeah, we definitely need a new way, and a lot of us are looking and searching, and it almost feels like it's a push-pull. And I don't know about you, but I'm sure you have a lot of folks coming to you that are very anxious,
Yes.
very depressed,
Yes.
or very angry. There seems to be three different. With that,
all of the above. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's a trying time. I've never thought it would accelerate to the point it has. Wow.
well, but it like it was that tipping point, right? And now we're seeing nature. I mean, nature's really showing us, like,
Yes.
that the skies are clearer, things are greener, things seem more beautiful. The air's, just
That's right.
it's responded so well. And I really don't want to take anything back or for granted. So,
Good point.
so why are you recommending 15 days? What's the point of the 15 days?
We always want people to try what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We give away free sessions because, again, the goal is to help people. Our goal has never been to make money. My goal has never been to make money or to achieve a position of prominence. So we're willing to work with the entire world. If we received 1 million photographs in the next month, wonderful. Wonderful. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. So why 15 days? Because after 15 days, people say, yeah, my chakras are balanced. Yes, I feel better. Yes, I can see that this is a download of this divine energy. And my sleep pattern has improved. And I am at a state of equilibrium, or perhaps I feel happier. My spirit is elated. So that's one of the benefits. And this is why we say everybody in the world. Again, if I received 1 million photographs in the next month or so, We would work with them all. We would administer scalar healing to everybody.
Definitely. Now, is it 15 days consecutively?
Yes, 15
Is
days
that okay?
consecutive. Yeah.
And now, does anybody have to prepare? Like, I know when I'm doing attunements for people and such, there's, of course, no alcohol and refrain from caffeine and preferably sleeping or in a restful state. Do
Yeah.
those apply as well?
That's correct. We work with people, Christine, around the clock. It's 24-hour sessions. So with that said, just be meditative, be accepting of the healing. You know, I think the key to healing is encouraging everybody that you are the healer, that God is going to work through you. Don't look at an outside source. You perform that function and you participate in your healing. I have an instrument that's going to help and that's going to promote that function, but in no way do I want to take away from you your God-given right and your duty to improve your health on your own. And we all should be doing that. Everybody's a healer.
I've been saying that for a while. You know, I'm sure some people are rolling their eyes, but you know what? That's fine. I'm just leading by example. That's it. I'm just a guide.
And you're giving a good example. Your example is really a clarion call to mankind. There is sickness out there that is unnecessary. This really is what grieves me so much. You see so much suffering and sometimes death, and it's so often it can be avoided. It's unnecessary. So with that said, we're gonna see how we transform, change the world, convert the world, one person at a time. But I'm a big believer, and this is all working to our benefit and to God's glory.
Definitely. All right. Well, it doesn't look like I have any other questions. I mean, everyone is in total agreement. And
May
if
I
you're, go ahead.
may I
Yes.
mention the website for everybody?
Of
Okay, the
course.
website is, and again, at the very top, you'll see a free trial. Anybody in the world is entitled to a free session of 15 days, no questions asked. It is scalarlight.com, SCALAR, scalarlight.com. Anybody in the world can sign up and no questions asked. Tell your friends. They can likewise sign up if you want to send in an email blast to all of your relatives, and all of your relatives want to sign up. We'll bring on 50 or 100 of your relatives. We'll do that.
Yeah, I like that. That's great. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm just seeing if there's any more comments. Oh yeah, Lynn's just saying, sweetness. I know she's in. She's very open to that stuff. So, and
Okay,
she's
Lynn.
always looking. Oh, Lynn, you're on now. We got you down. And I just want to mention as well, if anybody has any questions on the replay, we will make sure we get in touch with you. We won't leave you hanging. And please share this out, guys. Have any comments, please feel free to interact. And of course, join us next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the power of healing your energy. And if you're looking for your weekly empath energy update, that comes out every Sunday afternoon as well. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know how to get a hold of Tom. And thank you, Tom, for all that you're doing. And I'm signing up. And you know what? I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to let everybody know about my journey with the Scalar Energy. And I'll let everybody else know in case there's some folks that are sitting on the fence and they're not sure. I'll test it out, guys. Okay, I'm open. And thank you, Lisa Jane, for being here. Lynn is just saying, bring it on. I need all the help I can get. Well, at least she's admitting that. That's part of the journey as well. All right, guys, I want to wish you love, light, and blessings. And please remember, healing begins where the ego ends. Take care, everyone.